Hello everybody, welcome to the JavaScript course. In this video, I'm going to discuss the arithmetic operators of JavaScript. We will introduce some basic operations, followed by the assignment operators. I'm also going to discuss the postfix and prefix operators. In JavaScript, we are also interested in the operation between a string and a number. Finally, I'm going to include the unary plus operator. Now, let us see the HTML file first. It is a pretty simple web page that has a title together with a heading. And I'm going to link a JavaScript file to this HTML file. The JavaScript file is simply inside the JS folder, and the file name is called myscript.js. And the folder is simply in the same level of the HTML file, okay? Now I'm going to add the JavaScript content. Since I want to use strict mode, I simply say use strict at the very beginning of the JavaScript file. Now I'm going to do some arithmetic operations. Suppose I have two numbers, one is a, which is equal to 3, and one is b, which is equal to 2. When I want to add the two numbers, I simply use a plus b. Save, reload. You see the answer is simply 5, coming from the addition of the two numbers. If I want to do subtraction, I simply use the minus sign. Save, reload. So the answer is simply equal to 1. If I want to do the multiplication, I just use the asterisk. You see the answer is simply 6, coming from the product of the two numbers. If I want to do the division of the two numbers, I simply use a forward slash as the arithmetic operator. Save, reload. You'll see a value of 1.5 is given out, which is simply equal to 3 divided by 2. I'm also going to get the remainder when I do the integer division. A percentage b. So the percentage sign simply gives me the modulus of the division. So we will expect that the value becomes 1 because 3 divided by 2 has a remainder of 1. Save, reload. You see the value is simply equal to 1. Okay, if I want to get the power, how can I do this? I just need to use two asterisks as the operator. So 3 to the power 2 gives me 9. Save, reload. You see, 9 is given out. So these are the basic operators of two numbers. Here I'm going to talk more about the assignment statements. Now I have three numbers. P is equal to 4, Q is equal to 6, and R is equal to 8. You see, I want to assign the value of P plus Q to the original variable called P. So this is possible in computer science, actually. The equal sign here doesn't mean the equality, it just means the assignment action. So I'm going to put the value on the right hand side to the variable on the left hand side. So 4 plus 6 equals 10. So I'm going to change P to 10. How can we prove this one? I simply print it out. Save, reload. You see, P is equal to 10 because it was the result coming from the addition of 4 and 6. So p is no longer equal to 4. It is now equal to 10. Then I'm going to talk more about the assignment. It is possible to use plus equal to mean some operation as follows. If we want to say p equals p plus r, we simply use this shorthand form to do this kind of assignment. So I want to change the value of p to the sum of p and r. Since p has become 10, when I add 10 to 8, we will expect that p becomes 18. So let me print it out to see the effect. Save, reload. Okay, you see p becomes 18. So plus equal simply means the long form of p equals p plus r. How about minus equal sign? Let me see. If I use minus equal sign, it just means the other assignment statement as follows. P equals p minus r. So p minus r will be assigned to the original variable called p. So since p was 18 and r was 8, we will expect that p turns back to 10. So we can simply print it out to see the effect. Save, reload. So you see p has turned back to 10 because I just do the subtraction. So we can expect that we have a similar operator for multiplication. Okay, this operation asterisk equals simply means something like this one. P equals p times r. So p is now 10 and r is equal to 8. So we will expect that 80 will be assigned to p. So let me see the effect by printing it out. Save, reload. So you see that 80 is printed out. We can also have the similar pattern for division. We use / equals to mean the assignment in this way. P equals p divided by r. So p is 80 and r is 8, so I will get 10 after this assignment. So let me save it and reload the page. You see, p has become 10 again. So we have to remember these patterns to do the assignment more quickly by using the shorthand form, okay? The next topic to talk about is the postfix operator. So the meaning of the postfix operator is like this. We do the assignment followed by the increment or the decrement of the variable. So let us see an example to illustrate this major idea. X is 4, and when I do m equals x plus plus, we will expect that x will be changed, and m will also be assigned by a new value. So what is the value of m? it is simply equal to 4 because I do the assignment first. So n becomes 4, and after the assignment I turn x to 5 by doing the increment. So let us see the result. Save, reload. So the first alert window gives me the value of m, which is 4, obtained by the assignment. And the second alert window shows 5 because it is the result coming from the increment of x by 1. So x++ is simply called the postfix operator. We do the assignment followed by the increment. By the same token, we can have an operator that does the decrement after the assignment. We simply use x ---- to do the decrement after the assignment. Since x was 5, we can expect that the assignment gives n equals 5, and after the assignment, x has turned to 4 by doing the decrement. So save it and reload the page to see the effect. Yes, the first window shows the value of n, which is 5, obtained by the direct assignment. And after the assignment, x has turned to 4 by using the decrement operator. In addition to the postfix operator, we can have different effects by using the prefix operator. So the prefix operator is a bit different. We do the increment or decrement before we do the assignment. So let us see an example to understand the effect. I have a value of y which is equal to 6. If I want to have a variable called value 1 in the form of ++ y, it just means that I have to add y by 1 first and then we do the assignment. So we will expect that both values of value 1 and y would be equal to 7. So let me see the effect by saving the web page first and then I do the reloading. You see the first value is 7, which is simply equal to the value of value 1. It is simply obtained by adding 6 by 1 and then I simply assign the new value to value 1. You see the second window shows that y is also equal to 7. And how about the decrement action by using the prefix operator? We can see the effect right now. I want to set value 2 to be equal to -y. So what's the meaning of this prefix operator? It just means that I want to subtract 1 from y before I do the assignment. Because I will do the subtraction before I do the assignment, we can expect that value 2 and y would both be equal to 6. So let me see the effect. Save, reload. The first alert window says that value 2 is 6. And the second alert window says that the value of y is also equal to 6. So this is the meaning of the prefix operator. We do the increment or decrement before we do the assignment. Another property of the operator is the string concatenation using the plus sign. So now I have two strings. One is called hello and the other one is world. I can simply use the plus sign to join the strings together. So let me save it and reload the page. Yes, you see I have got hello world, including the space between the two words. What's the meaning of the string concatenation? Hello is simply the first string, and I join hello with a space indicated by the space enclosed by the two quotation marks, and after that I want to join one more string. So I will have hello world as the answer. The other important property of arithmetic operation in JavaScript is that string plus number can be turned to a string. So let us see the example to illustrate this property of JavaScript. Now, essentially, C is equal to 4 plus 6 plus a string 3. So in general, it seems to be impossible for us to add numbers to a string. But in JavaScript, it is really possible to do so. Let us see the effects by printing the value of C first. Save, reload. We will get 103 as the answer. So what's the meaning of 103? First, we have to go back to the definition of C. We have 4 plus 6 being 10. So we have the first two digits coming out being 10. And since 3 is treated as a string, I just concatenate this string to the original value called 10. So I'm going to change the data type of C to a string. You see, the variable type of C is simply a string because I just turn the addition of numbers to a string to another string. Okay, so I have assigned a string to the variable C. 4 plus 6 equals 10, and I turn 10 to a string before I concatenate it with another string called 3. Okay. But when we handle the string minus, multiply, or divide a number, I will be able to turn the result to a number. So this is a bit different from the previous case in that I turn the so-called addition of a string to a number to become a string. So D is simply a value called number 3 minus string 2. So in theory, it is not possible to subtract a string from a number. But in JavaScript, it is really possible by doing appropriate data type conversion. We will expect that D becomes 1 because this string 2 has been turned to number 2. So number 3 minus number 2 simply gives me number 1. I'm also able to check the data type by using the type of keyword. Save, reload. Number 1 is given out because string 2 has turned to number 2 before it does this subtraction. And the data type of D is simply a number. I can do similar things for multiplication and division. Now I want to say that variable E is equal to string 5 times string 4. So we can expect that the two strings will be converted to numbers before we do the multiplication. Save, reload. See, we have 20 as the answer in E, and the type of E is simply a number, so we can simply turn string 5 and string 4 to numbers before we do the multiplication. The same situation applies to division. f is equal to string 6 divided by number 4. We will expect that 1.5 will come out because JavaScript is able to turn string 6 to number 6 before we do the division with another number. So let me save it and reload the page. 1.5 is given out because I just do number 6 divided by number 4. So the string conversion to a number occurs in JavaScript. And the data type is of course a number because I just do the ordinary division of two numbers. The final topic to talk about is the unary plus sign, which acts as the number function. So what does I mean by this one? We can have example. I want to let g to be plus false. So false is initially a Boolean value. When I add a plus sign before the Boolean value, I'm going to change it to a number. So we will expect that g becomes number 0. And we can also expect that the data type is simply a number. Save, reload. Number 0 comes out because I do the unary plus operator to turn a Boolean variable to a number. And of course, I've turned g to a number, so the data type is simply a number. Let us see another example. H is string 5. By using the unary plus operator, I'm able to turn a string to a number, so h will become number 5. We will also expect that the data type of h becomes a number. Save, reload. You see? Save, reload. So you see number 5 comes out, and the data type is simply a number. So the unary plus operator turns a string to a number, but which simply has the same function of the number function. Let us see another example of the unary plus operator. So now I have a variable called greeting, and its value is simply a string called hi. When I want to turn hi to a number, is it possible? No, because that string doesn't contain numeric elements that can be sensed as a number. So in this case, we can expect that the variable becomes not a number. Let us see the result by printing it out. And we are going to see the data type of greeting after the unary plus conversion. Save, reload. We see we have NaN, which is meaning not a number. So it is really sensible because hi cannot be turned to number in logical sense. And the data type of greeting is also a number because NaN is simply a special value of a number type. So in this video, we have already talked about so many properties of arithmetic operators. We can do the ordinary operation of two numbers. We can do the assignment by using the shorthand forms. We are also able to apply the postfix and prefix operators to change the values of the variables. We can also do the string concatenation using the plus signs. When it comes to handling strings and numbers together by using ordinary arithmetic operators, we have to make sure that the meaning is clear enough. A string plus a number gives us a string, while a string minus, multiply, or divide a number gives us a number. Finally, we have to consider the unary plus sign, which acts as the number function. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, please leave your questions on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.